Right, so Stephen, this residential property is going to pose something of a challenge for me.
Yeah.
First of all, the stud partitions, I need to ask you about that. I'd also like to ask you about the insulation, what insulation you'd advise. We're aware that this property has got some resistance measures, and we're going to provide some more normal looking kite mark doors as well as the sort of belt and the braces. So in a lower flood, we hope the water would stay out.
Yeah.
This flood, the water went to windowsill height, so it's somewhat challenging. We know it's going to flood again, so with that, we're going to perhaps embrace some kind of sacrificial measures, and really just thinking outside the box, and lots of suggestions from you as to what we could do with this home.
Yeah. Well, I think you're absolutely right. There's a big chance that water's going to come in here and get past those resistance measures again. But we see here the stud partition, and the house has been formed substantially, dividing areas up in this way. One option might be to replace the timber studs with masonry block. So we build up masonry partitions, lightweight concrete block, possibly aircrete or a lightweight aggregate block with a resilient plaster finish on it. The aircrete block, you can actually chase openings in for your electrical services, so you can have your wall mounted sockets, hopefully a little bit higher than this one, and change the form of construction from the stud partition to the lightweight masonry block.
And then what about the walls, the existing walls that are here?
Okay. So what we've got external stonework, and internally we've got a concrete block, and on top of that has been put either the plasterboard or on this side insulation and plasterboard. It would make sense because 365 days of the year we have to try to keep our homes warm, and so as much of the insulation that we can retain as possible, but a resilient insulation, a closed cell insulation, particularly at the lower levels. The lower half of the wall here. Resilient insulation, on top of the concrete block, a cavity, and then a resilient wall board. Something like magnesium oxide board or a cement-based board. And of course we do have a risk of water getting in behind there, but if we leave that cavity, we can hope to dry it out without removing all the material.
Another option we did discuss would be tiling.
Yes, yeah. So we've got a solid concrete floor here with underfloor heating system. You can see we've got existing tiling going down the hallway into the kitchen there. If that tiling idea was extended right throughout the ground floor, the tiles could be extended up the wall, and you could look at doing that to various heights and combining that with the resilient wall board and insulation behind it, make for a good resilient finish.
And of course we've got to use waterproof adhesive and grout every time we do that. It's a given.
And fully bed our tiles into that waterproof material. Yeah.
That's true. And what about the kitchen?
Yeah.
Because that is largely wood panelled, isn't it?
It is, and it looks frightening.
It does.
So I would be tempted to take that wood panelling off, get back to the masonry walls, see what's behind there, and build up again insulation, cavity, resilient wall board, and decoration. Of course, once we put the kitchen units back in, a resilient kitchen, it's going to look a lot better.
Yes, got to be a flood resilient kitchen, because that's the main purpose of this. So when it floods again, not if, but when it floods again, the kitchen can just be washed down and sanitised and reused again.
That's right, and we know we've got various options on that, whether it's not just stainless steel or plastic. We discovered a composite material, a kitchen supplier, which we've used at the flood resilient repair house down at BRE at Watford. and that's a very stylish kitchen that can be used anywhere.
Fabulous, thank you very much, and thank you for your time. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Mary.
I need it. Thank you.